All right now, NASA is tracking an asteroid being called the City Killer. Unsettling as it sounds, NASA says, let's follow the numbers before we worry too much. Since December, astronomers have been studying whether this particular asteroid will hit the Earth in under 8 years. The numbers have been fluctuating, going up and down. And as of Friday, the asteroid has a 2.2% chance of impact. That's 1 in 45 of hitting the Earth. The asteroid also between 130 and 300 feet long. Here now, former NASA astronaut and International Space Station commander, Dr. Leroy Chiao. Good morning to you. We think Armageddon, right? That's where our head goes. Tell us about this asteroid and its threat.
Well, sure. So every day we have objects from space entering the Earth's atmosphere. Most of it burns up, but some big pieces come down. And every now and then, like several years ago, we had the big explosion over Chelyabinsk, I believe, in Russia, near a city, and broke windows and things like that. And of course, 66 million years ago, we had the big impact in, I guess, what is now the Gulf of America that wiped out the dinosaurs. So there are two ways to look at it. That, okay, we're getting impacted all the time, and every now and then we're going to get a real big one that could threaten life on Earth. It's been 66 million years. Has it happened very, very rarely, or are we due for another one? And so we do track these objects. Astronomers are making observations, and they refine their estimates of how close these different objects are going to come to the Earth. So it's not a surprise that this asteroid and many others, they're obviously the astronomers are looking at them and making adjustments and estimates. It's not a completely precise science because, of course, any object that's out there orbiting or flying close to the Earth in our solar system, it's going to be influenced by other objects out there, other planets, exoplanets, stars, things like that they fly close to. So it's not an absolutely precise science.
8 years seems like a long time, a lot of prep time in case it continues on its trajectory to Earth. What types of technology do we have the closer it gets to do something about it?
Well, you've seen over the years, NASA and other space agencies have launched probes to asteroids and done things like experiment, impacting them, seeing if they could change the trajectory. Those are all kind of precursor experiments or missions to see what we might do sometime in the future to develop an asteroid deflection or, device or some kind of technique. So we don't really have the ability to do that now. Like I said, we've just been experimenting a little bit, and so we don't. 8 years may sound like a long time, but in the space business, developing a new program, that's not a whole lot of time. So I wouldn't focus on this particular asteroid. I think it just got kind of caught everyone's attention because it went from 1% to about 2%, but that could easily go back down.
Yeah, it goes up and down. I mean, is it naive to think we can't just blow something like this up?
Yeah, it's not really that simple, and then if you have this object coming and you think, well, let's blow it up, and then you use some kind of a device to do that, well, now you've created smaller fragments and perhaps increased the chances that one of those fragments, some of which might be large, would have a better chance of hitting us, right? So there's an old adage in space flight and in flying, pilots, where think about what you're about to do because you could make the problem worse.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha there. So 300 feet at its largest potentially. How big is that compared to other asteroids that they're tracking?
Well, that's pretty big. So think about a football field. That's about how, if it's roughly a sphere, about the diameter of it. And so that would cause certainly cause an impact. I don't remember how big the one that created hit near the Yucatan that killed the dinosaurs. I don't remember how big that one is off the top of my head, but it's big enough to do some significant damage if it were to hit a city or something like that.
How fast is it moving?
These things are out there moving at, well, think about it this way. The orbital speed of a spacecraft is around 17,500 miles an hour. A vehicle coming back from the moon is traveling somewhere around 25,000 or a little bit higher miles an hour. So it could be tens of thousands of miles an hour or even faster. There are a lot of objects out there.
Well, the City Killer, I think it needs a new name. It's got a scare factor. Dr. Chiao, always thank you for your expertise.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Eagles fans